Hey guys!
Hey, Kelly.
All right, we are officially recording. It starts automatically recording now, so I don't have to worry about missing it. We can wait like a minute or two before we dive in, but thanks for sharing today, Sam. I'm taking avid notes. Just gonna soak up everything you and Victoria are doing. I'm determined to up my number in the next few days.
I've got some more work to do myself.
Yeah. Well, I think now sharing, as soon as we can get that link for the old stylist call, I think that could be huge. I reached out to 50 yesterday, and 4 said, yes, send me the link. So
that's great.
I think that could be a good potential source of people.
I agree. I reached out quite a bit, and I actually just had another stylist say, ask for the link. I'm like, where is it? Has anyone double checked lately?
Megan was looking for it for me. Danielle was looking for it. She said typically it goes to the calendar, but I didn't even see where it was on the calendar. But maybe
it seems like it was kind of a last minute thing too. All right, perfect. I'm trying to find the chat part also. I don't think I can see both on here. So since I can't watch both, just make sure you ask me the question. But anyway, thank you, Kelly, for leading all of this and pulling all this information together and getting everyone connected. I know it's been helpful for me overall. So as far as sponsoring, it kind of cracks me up that I've brought 6 stylists on since January 7th, when I've probably gone half a year or a year without doing that 6 in that time frame. Where I actually, to be honest, I think my average is probably just about 1 a month. So, all right, so half of that, what I normally do in a year, in 1 month. So I will tell you, I honestly don't think my actions have been very different, other than maybe a little bit of a fresh start. But I do think our timing is really good. I think it's the product. I think it's what we have to share, and that really people just want to be a part of it. So I did make a list of who I signed on and how they came on. And I'm like, well, this is not me. It's not what I'm doing. So I'm afraid I don't really have a secret to share with you, but I did go back to the basics of what we always talk about. And over here on the floor beside my desk is a stack. Can you see these, Christine? Can everyone see these? These are like my trackers from the past couple of years type thing that I pulled from all my books. Yeah, right. And I just started combing through them going, who should I be following up with? Who should I be keeping on my forever list? And I have my little planner here, and I printed new trackers, and I just have page after page updated, and I've just been doing the reach outs. And, you know, one of the filters I put on there was, looks like every reach out I've done with this person in the past has been through Messenger, and they're clearly not responding. So what could I do to up my game? So I did switch to some phone calls and some voice messages, or to text, or whatever my other options were. So I was like, I'm just going to try to dig a little bit further, and just, they're not even separated. I mean, this is everything from clients to potential hostess to potential stylist, all on one list. And then I've got my little maybes, yes, not right, no response, no's, you know, spring, whatever, written beside it, and have just started going through it, starting with the challenge that Kelly gave us to reach out to 40, and the fall, you know, and the reach outs, like, I'm trying not to complicate it. I'm just like, girl, you're still on my forever list. Like, right now is really good timing. Are you open to thinking about it now, or chatting about it now? So, you know, it's not even a seasonal post. It's not even magical words to say. I'm just going back to them. I do think I've had some benefits in upping my insider group, my VIP group, and my Instagram. I've been working on just making those better in the past year, and I'm starting to see results from that. But it wasn't instant. It's been me consistently working on them to just bring better content. And one of my goals has been, you know, I don't want an insider group that looks like a Stella and Dot website. I want it to be a place they want to be, and content they're interested in. And the only thing I can bring them that's interesting is what I do in my life. So I'm just trying to be real and authentic there, and not just sell Stella and Dot. And I think it's probably attracting more. But my first person who signed on, I think I'm doing this in order, was Jackie Lewis. And she was following my group. We weren't friends. She was a connection through my husband from when we did that silly video over the leggings, and she started following me. And she messaged me and she said, I'm really enjoying everything about you and Stella and Dot. I think I want to buy some shirts. And she was like, for $10 more, I should just do this as a business, right? So I was like, yes, absolutely. So it was because of the clothing. So there you go. The product caught her attention. And she has jumped right in. She came to our meetup. She came over yesterday for new stylist training, and certainly hopeful there, but it was interesting to have a follower versus someone I had ever offered the opportunity to have a follower say, I want to do this with you. The second one was a past stylist. She messaged me when we were at director's retreat and said, I'm watching everything going on and I want it all. And could I do this without you telling everybody I'm a stylist? And can I just share what I want to and how I want to? Sure. Go ahead. So she's actually already got sales. She's talking about her favorite products type thing. So she's not interested in all the coaching and training. She just wants access and to share it. So, okay. The third one, Mercedes Thomas, she was actually a referral on Facebook where she had expressed she was looking for to join Stella & Dot and didn't have a stylist. And someone said, oh, I know the person to talk to, reached out to me, and she signed on, and that's pretty exciting. She's in Maryland, so it's fun that it's close by, but been very coachable and very motivated. The next one was Instagram. So sometime last year, I started, just messaging people that had similar interests. Like, would you be open to Stella & Dot? It was probably when I was trying to sponsor 2 in a month type thing and meet that goal. And at the time she responded back with, I am curious, but not right now. And that just kind of sat there in my pipeline of potentials. And she followed back up with me and said, okay, I'm ready now. So she's in. We just did her new stylist training this morning. And then Paula is also a past stylist who, before we announced the stuff yesterday, she had been following on my Facebook group and had watched me do an online style session in that and wanted to shop. And then she's like, well, for $10 more, I should just become a stylist, right? I'm like, yes, absolutely. So we're doing her live launch either tonight or tomorrow night. We haven't decided because schools and everything keep getting canceled and moved around. But I would say, if you look at that, that is, and then the one I did forget, the one I actually worked for really, really hard was Patty, who has been my top hostess for 7 years. And I've probably offered Stella & Dot as a stylist opportunity to her over 1,000 times. And I've just truly kept her on my forever list. And I've watched her go through 3 different last names. She's gone from 3 boys to 6 boys, Christine. Right? She's gone through some major life changes in the 7 years, but she's always loved Stella & Dot. She's always been a great hostess. And I've just asked a lot. I just never gave up on her. And she finally said yes. And she brought on our 7th stylist, who was also a social media connection. When she saw Patty signed on, she's like, wait, I was going to sign on with you, but can I do it with both of you? And that was really just a social media connection. But I just think it's important to just keep putting people into your funnel and keep touching them and be there and share what you're loving and how you're styling your life with Stella & Dot, and just be there in front of them so that they think of you first, right? And as I said to someone the other day, you just have to keep them on your forever list. It's kind of a sign up to be a stylist or stay on my forever list, or the other option is death, and we're not looking at that. So just keep them on your list and keep following up. Sorry, Christine, don't choke. And I have a unicorn outfit on. Has anyone noticed?
Unicorn outfit. From the front, it'll say a cutest white sweatshirt.
No.
Okay, and if she can sponsor with that thing, honestly, we can sponsor. No, I love it. The funny thing is, you said that's the only one I worked for. You worked for every single one of these. You just did them in creative methods. And one thing I remember on that sponsoring school page, Julie Krause talked about was kind of building a brand imaging. And the reason people are referring to you and the reason people are joining you is because you're sharing consistently. You're sharing the joy. You're the person that came to mind because you're the face they see on their Instagram feed daily and on their Facebook feed daily. So they're not going to refer someone who just heard that they got invited to one chunk show with you 10 years ago. They're going to do it with the face that comes to mind, which is the people who are out there sharing. So you aren't every single one of them. Your cumulative effect brought them to you.
Yes. And then I do think the timing of the new line and the desire for the product and of course the sign-on special, they're all great reasons. And then the urgency. Right now it's the split payment for $500 in product versus $350. Or, the $1,000 starter kit just seems like such an easy button for people. So it's like, why not? And I do think the different, like you said, the story that I've been building is has built trust and people know that I'm here to stay, where a new stylist might make the mistake of saying, I'm just trying this little thing to see how it works. That doesn't build confidence. She'd be better off saying something like, I'm really excited about the flexibility of this. It's going to fit into my life nicely, and I get to share it with other people. Right? So you have to be somewhat careful with your words too in the story you're presenting there. I know with this group, we're talking more to people who are lifers and committed, but it's just putting yourself out there, and you have to keep going. Jenna Green posted a great social media post on Instagram earlier today, and she clearly is great at sponsoring. And we know that for sure, but she posted how she feels when people say, I've been blogging for a month, I think I'm going to give up. Right? It's taken her 10 years to build the business she's built, and it's been through consistent and hard work. So it's one of those things that you just have to keep going and keep your arms open and meet people where they are versus where you are.
That is such good advice. That is really, really good advice. Any questions for Sam?
If they're in the chat, I can't see them.
Okay, they can unmute.
I'm like chomping on popcorn. I forgot to eat because I've literally just been sitting here while I'm working.
Unicorns eat candy bars.
Well, people that gain weight, like 10 pounds in a month, eat popcorn. Okay, that's all that can fit in my body right now. So when you were reaching out to, like, because I'm literally with you on those old lists. Like, I literally have, which is hilarious, you said that. I have like old lists here. I've got old ones like here written on. I've got all these old ones that I have that I might, it's been like a couple years for some of these people. And I'm like, all right, I want to reach back out. Like, were there people that were 3 years ago that you were reaching out to? Or have you consistently been like, I've been cleaning out my office. I found these old lists of like, who do you know lists for sponsoring from like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, that I'm like, I have not reached back out to these people. They were such good leads and they're not doing anything else still. Like, they may have had another kid in between then, but like, that's it. So what are some things that doesn't make me sound like a creeper?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you really quick before Sam answers that. Let me tell you, I just ran when I finished the 12 o'clock call to a Juice Plus seminar because one of my best friends is selling it now, and she's one of my best hostesses and customers and always supports me. She's like, can you just please show up? So I ran into it, and literally 4 people who I've talked to over the years about Sell and Dot were there as new reps. And people are still looking, and I just didn't probably follow up with them enough to make it Sell and Dot that they went for. So I would say absolutely yes. And Sam, go ahead. You can give the real answer now.
Well, no, I think you're right. I was put in that position last year, Christine, when I was working with a coaching group, and we had to sign on 2 people a month, and I did not know where I was going to find them. So I really had to dig back into past clients that I had never done any good follow-up with. I didn't have Sell and Dot Style Club or my own or anything. Like, they were one-night stands, and I just had to reach out to everyone. So I pretty much just fell on my sword and said, look, I honestly have sucked as a stylist. I have this beautiful little pink note here that says, I thought you'd be great, and I just didn't do a good job following up with you. Would you be open to talking about it now? My life has changed. Your life has probably changed. Would you be open now to talking about it? Honestly, maybe I was supposed to wait because the timing is so darn good right now, but I'm 3 boys later and a whole lot of sticky notes, and I still think you'd be great. Right? So just be honest with them. Tell them where you are.
Yeah,
and just ask them to open to more.
Yeah, and I think that vulnerability is because I feel like if someone were to have reached out to me, even about something I might not have any interest in, but it has been years and years, and then they said something like that to me, I would not find that creepy. I would find that just redeeming. I'm like, oh, sure, yeah, that's so
Me
sweet.
too.
I mean, you don't actually suck, but you did have life going on. right? So I just said, don't take yourself so seriously, and tell them how you feel, and ask them. And if you ask enough, somebody's going to respond. And what's the worst response they're going to have.
Exactly.
So.
I like that. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hey, Sam, I have a question for you. So I I'm still pretty new. I still consider myself pretty new, but I am learning as I go. And I think a lot of these tips are really useful for me, even as a new stylist, but I don't have pages and pages and pages of contacts. And who do you know? I mean, I have my list, of course, but my outreach circle and my customer base is relatively small, I think, compared to those of you who've been around for a few years. Mm-hmm. So is there anything additional that I can do when I'm talking, because a lot of the people that I'm talking to for the very first time. So is there anything additional or differently that I could do versus, someone like in your position that's reached out to people 6 and 7 and 8 times and they've seen you talk about this for years?
Right. Well, let me ask you this. How did someone approach you? What did they say to you?
So the 2 people that I have signed on this month, one is
no. When you signed on, what did someone say to you that made you want to sign on?
So it was Lori Fetterman, and I think she was kind of in your position. She's asked me several times, year after year. I've seen her do shows. I've been to her shows so many times, and she just kept coming to me and saying, hey, is now a good time? What do you think? She just kept putting the opportunity in front of me. But it, because of life, it did take a couple of times of her asking me and presenting the opportunity to me.
Right. So in the end, I'm sure she's glad that she kept asking you. But you look back on it and you might be thinking, shoot, I should have signed up the first time, or I don't want people to wait, right? You don't want to be having conversations with people who they're going to wait 3 years to sign on. You're hoping to reach out to someone and sign them on today, right?
Right.
So you might say something to them in the way of, it took me a while to sign on because I saw reasons why I couldn't versus reasons why I should. And I think you'd be great at this. Would you be open to learning more? And let them give you the answer. And then when they give you they're going to then express their concern or their objection. And you can say, I felt that way too. My sisterly advice is don't wait. Or if you are going to wait, I'm going to keep coming back because I know it's worth it. Right? So I think you just tell them, ask them, offer them like you would anyway. Like, you should so do this, see what their answer is. And then you have a really relatable response back for why they should not wait. And then they still will. And you'll have people on your list that will take a while. So, Christine's the opposite. She had hosted multiple shows and no one offered the stylist opportunity to her for a couple of years. And then when it was offered to her, she was all in. So I'm sure there's a lot of stylists that are regretting that they didn't ask. So you always want to make sure you offer it or ask.
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, I think a lot of us probably envy your wide open list.
Give it to me.
Don't think of that as a negative. We're touching people for the 5th time. Like, think about that as like a whole world of potential stylists. And honestly, a lot of times the most endearing thing right from the beginning is, I'm just having a blast at this, and I think you would be really good at it and would love it too. Are you open to hearing more?
Let's figure this out together.
And enthusiasm is the simplest reach out. Yeah. Okay. I love that. Okay. So what other questions for anybody in the group? Anyone want to throw anything out there? Any topics for discussion? Anyone doing anything? Obviously I talked about it on my noon call. I'm definitely committed to the pop-up, and I would love to challenge everybody to do the pop-up just to get in front of some strangers over the next 8 days. Avril, I know you're the queen of the pop-ups, but and how can we make that with a sponsoring focus? What else can you guys think of? What could we do different to make the most of the next 8 days? Because obviously we're going to keep up this sponsoring and the reach outs and all of that beyond the 5th, but what could we do to really blow up between now and the 5th? And what can we do to help our new stylists bring along a friend? Obviously, Sam, you've already had one promote to associate stylist. How can we make that normal and not like extraordinary?
Well, so we have brought back the How to Become a Stylist. We have that group. I feel like we have growing momentum there. I'm honestly thrilled we started that early, but I would definitely make sure you're bringing your team members along, talking about it, and continuing to invite people in there, and we'll continue to bring good content and edit it. I don't really see a reason to get rid of it. And I feel like this is much easier and more duplicatable than what we did years ago, repeating it weekly. So I'd like to see that continue to grow and make sponsoring the norm. But if you remember, we also used to do our own Meet Stella and Dots live on Facebook. I haven't seen one of those forever from anyone, right? We've switched to like sharing the style, but are you going online and doing a Meet Stella and Dot? Did you all watch the other day, Krista Dempscher and Julie Krause, how amazing theirs was with drinking wine and doing the late night talk show, and you all tell us 3 words we can't see, and it was money, Stella, and yes, I think I picked the word yes. And every time they said one of those words, they had to drink, and they just sat there, went through like the 3 questions that most people would have about becoming a Stella and Dot stylist. It was so entertaining and fun. So
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Right? So having a little fun, just getting out there and sharing the story more. Javi, don't know her last name, but she has formed her VIP group on Facebook, and once a month she brings them a Meet Stella and Dot, and they come. She's entertaining. She's herself, right? So I think your biggest audience is probably there. We worry people aren't seeing it, but somebody's seeing it.
That's really smart.
Another idea, like for getting our team sponsoring and especially new stylists, is like, I know one thing I need to get better about with new stylist training is giving my new stylists like action items, and giving them a little bit more guidance and tasks of things to do. So make one of the first things to do in their first week, invite 10 people to the How to Become a Stylist group.
Yeah, so simple.
So like, just do this thing, and then that gets the people in the group, and it'll be a way to help do the heavy lifting for them. And then even give them, the next week, check back in with them. Hey, what did your friends that you added think?
So interestingly, Krista, when she did the new stylist training that I know you said was really good, she talked about that checklist, and Allison Fuller had never seen that checklist before. And so Allison told Danielle about it on the Platinum call today, and she's sending it to Jacinta to make that list, that checklist. So that would actually be an interesting item to add to the checklist.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I just saw that for the first time today also.
I mean, and even more of just being really hands-on with the new stylist, like asking them, okay, who are the 10 people that you added? Tell me about them. What do you anticipate their objections are going to be? And really walking them through it, and also offering, like, I'd love to hop on the phone with you and any of these women to answer any questions that they have.
Yeah, that's a great, and as soon as you said that, it made me realize we haven't done like an overcoming objections demo in a long time.
Yeah.
That would be kind of a fun, actually, I don't know if we want to do that with potentials. It's definitely something we could do with our team, but almost like a split screen on our team page of overcoming objections. So we can make that like a drinking game, like all about the drinking game. I'm like, that sounds so fun. I think about it, a split screen with wine, and like, I don't know how we could make that a drinking game, but it would actually be hysterical, and it would get people watching.
Quick question. That the Julie Krause Meet S&D with the drinking, where can I find it, Sam?
They say it on their personal pages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at Krista Dempscher or Julie Krause's personal page, they made it public too.
Okay. Thank you.
I had a lot of fun with it.
That is funny. Well, okay, and so that was interesting. It was really interesting to me when I just went to this Juice Plus thing because of these girls that I've been, and most of them, I really did heavily recruit, and they all, I was looking at the community. There was a bunch of girls there, and they also had the biggest luncheon, and they had a big speaker come in and all that. And I'm like, so many people want the community. So I think those type of things, making those public, I think that's one brilliant thing Victoria did this past month, is make all of her Stella and Dot pictures. Like she wouldn't even own Director's Retreat, but she was sharing pictures from Director's Retreat, or like her previous trips and how much fun they were, and blah, 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 blah. And she made all those public. And that's how some of her referrals came in, like sharing the joy more and sharing like we post a lot of pictures on the trips, but I think making more of a message of you could be a part of this too. You could be a part of this community. And making those public, I think, is really smart.
Well, and I remember last year, it was probably like October time or something like that. I can't remember. It was over a year ago when we had a boot camp, and I was with Krista, and they were talking about how she had gone live and interviewed someone live, public Facebook page, and how many views they got. And I think what the thing is too is we're all not trying to sponsor ourselves. And I think that is a lot of people's, I know I get it from a lot of people. A lot of people don't want, like, they just don't think they can do what I do. And I don't even think I do that much, but I also am like crazy and like have ADD like a crazy person. So like I never stop. But like interviewing those kind of people, like doing that on our team, like rotating through where we can always be like, please, if you see this and you want to, you can join our, become a stylist page or how to become a stylist page. But like weekly doing like 2 of us, like pairing up all of us, like can be from totally different backgrounds, like totally different, like someone's doing this full time, someone doing this part time, someone who just signed up, like doing that type of interview, and all of us being like, oh, hey, Monday night at X time or whatever, my team's doing this, or I'm actually being interviewed this time, or I'm interviewing so-and-so or something.
What about doing a big push over the next 8 days? Like do that consistently. I love that idea for a regular once a week thing. But what about, and we can even
once a day.
Yeah, like once a day for the next 8 days or 7 days if we start it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we just pair up different combos and just have some fun with it. And we could just do it from this Maven group. We have so many strong people in this Maven group that if we all just paired off and each did it, went live on our personal page, that would get us out with our.
We open it up to the public.
And then we open it up to the public, and then we share with our teams so they can then use it. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I actually was doing an online show the other night with my hostess and just doing a live video. And I was like, all right, what are the chances she'll do the drinking game with me? She's like, no, I don't drink. I'm like, oh.
And we don't want to make it all drinking or we're going to look like a bunch of luscious. Yeah. But I think everyone can put their own unique spin on it. But I don't know, it just sounds really fun. We need to all go watch the Kristen and one to get ideas. Kristen did tell me her team didn't use that the way they were hoping they would use it, like as much as and I guess they could still use it after the fact. But I think we could, if we advertise it enough and post it and have enough fun with it, the people will catch on and get on.
I did it. I followed Krista's lead last year and started interviewing new stylists. So just publicly, it was, them tagged and myself, and just talking to them about why they decided to become a new stylist, whatever their positions were or whatever. And I'm not sure that it helped us sponsor more. My goal was to help them open their business and make that an option, but it definitely got good views.
Well, and that's the thing. I think if people are even curious, or we're all like getting people or our friends like curious, or whoever, we have something to lead them to.
Mm-hmm.
Today, like, hey, you can't watch that. No, hey, here's something funny. Or if it like comes up later, you can tag them in it. Or if you feel like if I know somebody and I feel like that they're very similar to Charlotte, I would want to tag them in whatever Charlotte's doing, that kind of stuff, and utilizing each other to help each other sponsor.
Yeah, and I feel like this would be like easily shareable and taggable in a way that joining a group might not. Like, I still want to do the group so people have a lot of, like, for people who are seriously considering to come on and like get their questions answered and all that. But this is a really fun, quick tag share way to get exposure.
Right, and it's also kind of like that you get to be the fly on the wall, like, just in case, like, you're allowed to go see like what they're doing, or it looks like they're having a fun conversation or whatever. It's not committing you to anything, but at the end we just plug in that, hey, we've got a group for this. If you guys want it, you want more, blah, 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 let us know. Like, we'll put the link right in here. We're here for questions, like, ask away.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to post it to the group and encourage people to pair up, and then whoever comes first serve, first come first serve, we can save a day.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be fun. Anyone want to do tonight? Anybody? We can start.
I might be doing one anyway, live. I'm just waiting for her to confirm tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. Who are you doing it with? Like a stylist?
New stylist, Paula Jimenez.
Okay, that's cute. Sam, how do I share this thing you just tagged me in on your page?
Copy the link.
Like, okay, click it and then just copy it from up top. It's like weird. It's not. Maybe it's just gonna do it on my phone. I'll do it when I get on the computer. Okay, guys, the next call is getting ready to start. I gotta go look and see what that call is. Anyone know off the top of their head? Is it bring along a friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So we got to hang up so that we can end this recording, and then anyone wants to pop back on for the Bring Along a Friend bonus, we can strategize ways to help. Like, I almost want to get a list of all the people that are in this group that I've sponsored and do some kind of a, you know, I don't know, something that we can help each other, help that person bring along a friend, so it doesn't all come down to ourselves. So hop on for that.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Sam. That was awesome.
Thank you.